Let's say hypothetically, I left 200 on the table, right?
So you are borrowing 200,000.
I didn't realize how far in debt we were. I don't even want to say this number.
All right, a mix of clips today as always. Credit card debt, student loans, even a little crypto. But we're starting with a $9,000 a month car payment.
Instead of leasing a car, I'd rather buy it. Obviously, pay an extra 6-12 grand as opposed to paying 3,000 a month and burning it in the garbage.
Bingo. What I'm proposing to you is a 26 S580, which is a V8. The beginning price is 223. What I like to sell the vehicle to you for is 198. If it's a New York license, the tax is 17.6, and then the DMV stuff's like $300-400.
Let's say hypothetically, I left 200 on the table, right?
So you are borrowing 200,000.
Now I get buying over leasing, but let's not pretend this is smart. This is 200 grand. It's still money being burned because it's not building anything. It's just going to be sitting in a driveway losing value.
Now, your monthly payment on 200,000 is over 2 years. Again, proposing the rate 6.25. Your monthly payment's $88.86 per month. So $8,886 per month, giving you an amount of $13,000 in finance charge over 2 years. Let's say you get out of the loan in 1 year. You're only going to pay $6,000 and change in interest.
Okay, so I get the financing part. We're good. Do you have any pictures of what it will look like?
Almost $9,000 a month. You got to wonder what he's making to justify spending that on a car. Because that's not just a payment, that's mortgage money. That's a full income for some people. And it's all going into something that's losing value every single day.
So I have calculated all of our debt because that's something that I want to tackle and get it down as low as possible. I didn't realize how far in debt we were. I don't even want to say this number. We are, not including our mortgage, everything but our mortgage. Student loans, car payments, credit cards, home equity, $178,745. Why? Why did we do that?
$178,000 of debt, not including the mortgage. It's funny how that always gets left out. Now I know people call it good debt because it's tied to an asset, builds equity, all that. But it's still debt. And it comes with a lot more than just a payment.
Minimum payments calculated together are $3,562.72. The things that we could be doing with that $3,500. So come with me to figure out how we're going to do this. I'm going to be selling things. I'm going to be trying TikTok shop. I'm going to continue to update, but I'm posting this because I want to be accountable. I want to share what works for me. This is just the beginning, but why?
I don't even understand how you get to that point. When I had debt, it wasn't anywhere near that. I think the most I ever had was around 30 grand. And even that, the stress was insane. At least it was for me, and it took years to get it down. 178,000, that could take a lifetime.
So my toddler just deleted my Phantom wallet off an old phone that had almost $60,000 worth of SHBTC. If you know what SHBTC is, it's a crypto coin that me and Bullish Bear created, and we've been building it up since last Christmas. Market cap is now around 2.6 million. When we started, it was 40,000. So
one thing I've learned about crypto, it's a great way to lose money. I put a small amount into Bitcoin, and I mean small. Money I'm fully willing to lose. But when it comes to these random coins people create, I just don't see any real value there.
I have quite a bit of this coin on different wallets in different phones, and the little man, the phone that he plays his games on, somehow was able to get in and delete the app off my phone, which shouldn't be a big deal, right? Other than the fact I don't know what I did with the seed phrase. I wrote it down somewhere. I don't know where it's at.
That's one of the biggest problems I had with crypto, losing access to the wallet. It happened more than once, and it was 100% on me. Luckily, I had already sold most of it, so no major loss. But that's when I realized it's not for me. I'll stick to a little Bitcoin through an investment account.
So when you reinstall the app, you need the seed phrase to access the wallet. So theoretically, there's $60,000 worth of that crypto locked in a wallet that I can see, but until I can find out how to get back into it, will never have access to.
More than likely, he's not getting access back. That's all gone. And it happens a lot easier than people think. I had a wallet on an old phone, upgraded, didn't double check the seed phrase, transferred everything over to the new phone, locked myself out. Again, I had already sold most of it, so no real loss. But that's a risk with this stuff. One mistake and it's gone. I've got some great stories about crypto, but I'll save those for another video.
We talked to this client. He went through multiple business failures, unfortunately. What kind of business are you in?
So I didn't work for the last 2 years. I tried to take 2 businesses off the ground, which didn't work for me. Right now I don't work. Now I'm about to be evicted. I'm looking for a job.
How much the IRS claimed that you owed him?
The money that I made, which is 200 something dollars.
The best way to help you. And instead of us doing anything, I want you to spend a few $100s and consult with an attorney, because if you file for bankruptcy, it's very possible you can get rid of that IRS debt along with all the credit cards and everything else.
I don't know how it works in America when you owe the IRS, but in Canada with taxes, they'll lock you out of your bank account. And for a lot less than that, I've seen it happen. If the money's there, they take it. If not, they freeze your account, can't touch it. The government's really thoughtful like that.
Would be once and done.
Bankruptcy in this country is like the worst you could do to yourself. Because nobody wants to deal with you. Once you file for bankruptcy, you cannot get no credit cards, no nothing. Nobody wants to deal with it at all. That's the one thing that I'm trying to avoid with filing for bankruptcy.
I understand, but sometimes also, if you have the IRS and you have all these credit cards and you have all these people,
These credit cards can do nothing. What can you do from a stone that has no water?
you're gonna get so many judgment. All these people will have judgment. It's just as bad.
In the description, it said he's got $500,000 of credit card debt. So you're looking at almost $750,000 owed. At that point, most people are going to be out of options. Bankruptcy is probably the only way out. He's got 2 failed businesses, facing eviction, and now looking for a job. Getting credit cards again should be the last thing on his mind.
Once they have the judgment, you find a negotiation way with them.
We can try to do something else, a hardship. We just put your account on hold for now.
Okay, we'll do that. In 6 months from now, I want to have mine.
Good for you. Good. I can give you time.
When should I worry about them seizing the account, you know?
You're gonna get a letter that tells you that. They give you 30 days.
I think we should do nothing then, because they're not coming after me right now.
If that's the case, you give me a call. I'll help you at that time.
I'm going to do it in the next 30 days because I also want that issue out of my life.
I've watched a few people start businesses and they built it slowly over time. Very minimal debt, reinvesting what they made. They grew it step by step, no big loans, no massive risk. It takes longer, but at least you're not digging a hole before you even know if it works.
I got a $122,000 inheritance check, to then which we blew in a year
2
and a
months? A year and a half out of what?
No, it was about it was like 8 months.
What?
A school bus that
we
we
decided
converted?
to chase his dream.
Hit your dreams, a school bus. You.
It was his dream.
It's pretty cool.
That was not my dream.
And we converted it into a mobile home.
Now I know a lot of people here don't like Caleb Hammer, but it's not about him, it's about the situation. The inheritance. $120,000 gone in a few months. Money that could have been invested, actually grown. But instead, a school bus turned into a mobile home.
And
For 120,000?
no,
No.
that was only maybe 40,000. She thinks it's 60. I say 30, so we meet in the middle and say it's about 45.
What? How's that
That
even
is
work?
not
How
in
about
the
you
middle.
just do the math?
We did, and I swear it
Assholes.
was only like 35,000 that we spent into
I
it.
feel like it was more.
No, because we sat down and did the math.
I don't care.
Besides the point, yeah.
Oh my. And?
I had a roommate when I was younger, similar situation. He inherited $100,000. He ended up dropping out of university to start a business. It was importing cheap Chinese ATVs. I looked at those things, they were junk. That business didn't last long. And within about a year, the money was gone.
Where'd the rest of it go?
I did quit working for 6 months.
What?
I was building the school. I was building it out. So the plan
Well,
was
that was your job, was building out a school bus? Oh,
Yeah.
you suck. Oh, you suck equally now. Buddy, no one would survive off $120,000.
no. As we learned, it went pretty
What?
quickly.
You thought you would make it to death?
No,
$120,000?
no, not to death.
Then
At
how can
least-
you take time off of work? Because that just needs to sit there.
I've only known a few people who got an inheritance, and the ones that did blew it. Almost as fast as it came in and on the dumbest things. It's kind of sad to watch. That's money somebody worked for, saved, invested properly. And it just got treated like a lottery win. You'd think it would go towards something meaningful, something that actually improves their life.
It's 2026 and life is way too expensive to be paying on mortgages, bills, debt, literally anything. I keep seeing people all over my For You page paying their stuff off by making these videos and making a commitment to themselves to pay them off. So that's what I'm here doing. I have student loan debt, and this is gonna hurt my heart to have to even share. It is $41,902.19, and my monthly payment is $524.41. Here's the kicker. It accrues interest at 11.625% per year.
I don't know how people expect to pay off that kind of debt making videos like this. Don't get me wrong, I like these clips, and I do hope they make the money. But that can't be the plan because it's very unlikely.
They give me until November 3rd of 2029 to pay it off, and the final payoff amount is going to be $60,902.92. That's a lot of freaking money, and that's a long time to pay it off, and I do not want to still be paying that much a month on my student loans in the future, because that is literally half of a mortgage payment, or a third of it, depending on how expensive our apartment is, a third. And let me just say the amount that it accrues each month, because I'm paying the $524, it accrues $400.72 in interest per month.
That's a lot of interest every month, but it's not something you think about at the time. I took out student loans too. I had no idea what the interest rate was. Never thought about how long it was going to take to pay off. It ended up being around 10 years or more, for an education I didn't even use.
And the beginning amount for this loan, here's the kicker, it's going to pretty much double, because it started as $31,126. It's January 2nd. I'm making 2 videos today because I didn't get to do one yesterday because we were out of town. I am starting this in the new year. I am going to try and pay off all of this by the end of this year, if not by the end of next year, but I really would love to have it paid off this year because it is a lot of freaking money, and I can't save properly for a house or a wedding when I'm paying this much on it.
Good luck with that. That's a lot of money to pay off that quickly. I got really lucky with my student loans. I don't even remember how much I borrowed, but the payments were manageable and they were flexible. You could lower them if you needed to, even pause them for a while. If I had a loan like hers, I'd probably still be paying it today. That's it for this one. See you in the next one. Bye.